Alright, this video is going to be a first in a series of videos about up-and-coming TSBs that are coming out and my notes on them. This is common knowledge TSBs that are out there. It's just my notes on them and making you, the owner, aware of these new TSBs and new procedures and new parts that are coming out. Now, the first TSB I want to address in this video is TSB 15-0131. And what it applies to is the 2011 through 2015 Ford F-150s that have 3.5 liter Ecoboost engine in them. Now, what's happening with these as they age is they are having problems with timing chain, slap, and rattle upon startup after a 4, 6, 8 hour soak, overnight usually. They'll have a rattle. I mean, it's loud. Sometimes it can be really bad and it sounds like the engine is coming apart. Other times it's just an annoying rattle upon startup. It's kind of the same thing the 5.4 liter 3.5L engines had back in the day with the tensioners failing on them. Now, I already addressed this issue with the old TSB a couple months ago, 6 to 8 months ago, about primary timing chain wear. The chain was stretching and causing this startup rattle until the tensioners came out and took up the slack in there. Now, what they're saying in this new TSB is to change its primary chain tensioner, or primary chain itself, but also we're going to change every one of the phasers on top of the engine. There's an intake and an exhaust phaser on these engines, and they're having us change those out to fix the concern permanently. So if you had this problem before and you had the chain changed out under the old TSB, you're likely going to have this concern again. A lot of people are contacting me before this TSB even came out and said they had the old TSB done, the chain's all new, everything's fine, for a few weeks to a few months, and the concern came back. Now, with Ford doing a little bit more research in their labs, they found the phasers are actually the cause of the primary timing chain stretch, whether it be they're bleeding down themselves and causing the tensioners, of course, in the same hydraulic circuit, that same oil circuit, to bleed down, or they're actually causing wear on the primary timing chain because of manufacturing discrepancies, basically. So they don't really tell you exactly what the concern is, but what people that have had this done and fixed permanently have told me, and what Ford is now telling me, is the permanent fix for this is to change every one of the phasers on top of the engine. Like I said, there's an intake on the inboard side, and then there's an exhaust phaser on the outboard side, and that allows that broad power curve on there. So I want to let you guys know that this is out there. This is a new TSB, and the most important part of it is the old one. The old one, a lot of dealerships would not do the TSB because they didn't have that P0016 code for the timing being too far out. This new one, this new TSB, only specifies the noise on startup. It never talks about any kind of DTCs or checking for any kind of timing error. That's what we have to realize. That's a key component of this TSB, is that if you have this noise, you drop it off the dealership, they start it in the morning, they verify the noise comes from the front cover area, it applies to the TSB within the build dates, which I might add goes to 5/29 of 15. It applies to the 2015 F-150s. That's why I say the 15 F-150 Ecoboost engines no better than the other ones. The same components are carried over. The same thing Ford has done with the IWEs, having problems from 04 through 2014. That's a decade of problems. The same problem with no engineering improvements. Off my soapbox, I want to let you guys know about this TSB. If you have this rattle, go in, get it done before the 60K powertrain warranty is up, and get it fixed so you can continue enjoying your Ecoboost for many years to come.